Courtney here from the Rule Breakers Club with copywriting and sales advice for rebels with a cause. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my borderline obsession with human psychology. I am so fascinated with why people do the things that they do that I actually call myself a nonfiction junkie. I rarely read literature because I'm more fascinated with why the author makes decisions about the characters than the characters themselves. I think that this obsession with human psychology has served me very well in business. In fact, I think that every business owner needs to develop a bit of an obsession with figuring out why people do the things they do, especially the people in your target market. I've read a ton of books that have helped me to develop this skill, and today I want to share with you 5 unconventional books that have really developed the way that I write copy for my business and for my clients. So here are the 5 books that have changed my life as a copywriter. The very first book that I want to give you is the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This book might not seem like a sales book, though I hope it does. It is my #1 referral if you want to learn more about human psychology and get better at selling in your business. Basically, you're going to learn how to be a better human being, and if you are a human being and you'd like to get better at dealing with other human beings, I suggest reading this book. So pick up a copy of that as soon as you can. The second book that I want to give you is one that I really didn't think that I was going to like, and that is a book by Frederick Eklund called The Sell. It looks very typical salesman type of book with the suit and the watch and all of that. But if you don't know anything about Frederick Eklund, he is on Million Dollar Listing New York, the show on Bravo, and this book is fascinating and sometimes hilarious. So Frederick tells you how he really built his multi-million-dollar business selling real estate in New York City from nothing, and I found it fascinating. He's very honest. He really tells you how he does things. The book really is just his point of view and his system and what he does, his philosophy. One tip I love from this book was one that I actually did a video on, and I will add the link to that video below as well. The third book that I want to give for you, and sorry I don't have a hard copy with me because it's on my Kindle so that it can go with me everywhere I go, is a book called Great Leads. This book is my dream. It's a book entirely about how to start your sales pages. Now, for them, it's about how to start sales messages, and they use it for all different types of ad copy. But for our purposes, this is a must-have book if you want to write better sales pages. When I work on sales pages for clients, I often spend about 80% of my time working on the first 20% of the copy. That is the most important part, and that's where you create the emotional connection with the reader and make them want to read more. So if you have to write sales pages for your business, I definitely want you to get a copy of Great Leads, and I've got a link for you below this video as well. The fourth book that I want to share with you is Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield Thomas. Now, you might know Denise, you might have read this book, you might have even done her boot camp, I sure have, but you might be surprised to hear me say that it's helped me to become a better copywriter. Here's the deal. When clients come to me with their sales pages or for help writing their copy in general, I notice their money blocks oozing everywhere throughout their copy. I see people self-sabotaging their sales in the copy that they're using to sell. It's astonishing. And if you do not bust through your money blocks and declutter your own emotional stuff around sales and making money for doing what you do, you are absolutely going to self-sabotage. I see it every single day. All right, and the final book that I want to share with you is a book that absolutely changed my life, and that is The Power of Now. I read this book many years ago before I started my business, and I think it might be one of the reasons I decided to actually start my business. This book, in short, gave me the capability to observe my thoughts, observe the thoughts that are going on inside of my head. I think you can imagine how that would influence me being a better copywriter. When you know human psychology and the types of thoughts that are going on in people's heads, you can better relate to them in the words that you're using in your copy. This isn't manipulative. This isn't taking advantage of people. This is called empathy and compassion. And I think we all know that we could use more of that in the world. A little Courtney smackdown. I would love for everybody to read this book or any book like it that will help you you to become more in tune with the thoughts that you have so that you can resonate with your readers. Those are the 5 books that have changed my life and made me a great copywriter. Not totally different things. I hope that at least one of them is a book that you hadn't thought of to read yet, or maybe a book you have on your shelf that you didn't think would help you with copy that you can now go back to and maybe pull out a few extra tips. I hope you loved this week's video. If you did, go ahead and share it on Facebook and Twitter. And if you're not there yet, go ahead and visit rulebreakersclub.com so that you can see more video blogs like these and subscribe to get the Rainbow of Sales and these weekly videos delivered to your inbox. I'll see you next week.